Hey guys, I'm Anytroops and welcome to my $20,000 home studio.
Yeah, when I blow up, I'ma soar high like Peter Pan. In real life, be living all my dreams. If I'm waking up, it's in a foreign land. Whole wrist covered up in ice. Dealership, never ask the price. I hit the molly ball with my dogs. Yeah, I swipe it once without thinking twice. Cause this what I was made for. Man, I know this what I came for. On a big stage, couple thousand people, and they do whatever I say so. Have chicks that color the rainbow. Yeah, chains on me like Django. Be a long way from my tank low. Cause my Tesla charge for them bank rolls and I'm grinding.
Back in like 2015-ish or something like that, when I first listened to Marshmello's song Alone, I'm sure everyone's heard of it. It's that hella popular song. It's in Fortnite now too, I think. I was like, oh, what's this type of music? I've never heard of it, because before that all I've heard is like pop and like rap, right? So I was like, oh, this is sick. I wanted to make, I don't know why, I really wanted to make this myself. I started Googling, oh, what do you need to make electronic music and stuff like that, and yeah, that's how it got started pretty much. Alright, so I guess we'll start with the back of the room over here. So this doesn't have anything to do with my studio, but it's a Quest. My cousin gave this to me. I don't really use my VR anymore, but yeah, that's there. This is just another random microphone container. I have way too many microphones here for my own good. I don't even sing, but I like collecting microphones.
Okay, so I did forget to say, during this whole entire video, my audio cut out a lot. The audio on this DD VLAV mic right here, that's what I was supposed to be using. So I should have checked it at least just a little bit, and I ended up using the default microphone on my Canon M50, and that turned out to be for the worst. So I apologize for that. I keep switching between the audios, trying to make it better. I'm gonna try to minimize that, take out bits that are not necessary. Just letting you know about this little predicament that I had. Otherwise, back to the video.
This is like the first main piece of stuff. So this is what I use to practice for my DJ sets. This right here is a Pioneer DDJ 400 controller. It's a really good starting controller. It's pretty cheap. It's extremely portable, which is why you have it down here. And also connected, this right here is a Akai Fire for FL Studio. It was made specifically for that software. It's just another piece of equipment to make producing on the fly a little bit easier. Right here, powering my mobile setup, I guess you can call it, is my MacBook. This is a M1 2020 MacBook Pro. It runs perfectly. I can do everything on it. Moving on over here, this is my recording vocal booth, whatever you want to call it. Normally, I have my U87 in this, which is the mic over there that costs half the setup. And it's just there for no reason. Right now, I have the Audio-Technica AT4050 in here. I think my friend came over to record vocals on something, and he just liked how he sounded a lot better on this, so that's what. I don't even know what this is called. I think it's just a generic like SE Electronics windscreen thing, or vocal booth. We can move that out of the way now. Moving on to this section. The first thing is my plaque over here. This thing I got from a few people as a gift for getting 200,000 streams on my song called Flamingo on Spotify. Yeah, I got it a bit ago and I meant to hang it up on like one of these walls over here. I just never got the chance to. I think it looks pretty cool over here. It's sitting on, this is like the first piano I ever had from when I was a kid, I guess. I just moved it down here before I bought like more equipment. It was just a way for me to play notes into my software. What is it called? It's called the Casio WK1350, I think. Probably can't even find that on the internet anymore. Then on here, I don't know if you've noticed, that's my Oculus, like I said before, that I kind of even forgot was over here. Finally, the last thing on here, don't mind the cables, that's gonna be a reoccurring theme, but I have a pair of HyperX Cloud 2 wirelesses. I use this setup over here sometimes to also play games, so when I do, that's the headset I use. Hopefully I can be able to headline a show, or at least like play at like a really big festival like Ultra, EDC, or something like that. In terms of like streams on like Spotify, hopefully I hit like maybe at least 200,000 monthly listeners. I don't know if I'll decide to stay independent, or hopefully I can sign to like Atlantic Records or something like that. That's one of my dream goals eventually, you know. Welcome to the main section of my studio right here. This is the desk. This is where like everything is. This is my PC. I built this, I think, 4 years ago at this point, and I've continuously upgraded it. So yeah, that's just what I run everything on. All these 3 monitors are powered by this one thing. Moving up, this desk I don't know what desk it is. I think it's just a random IKEA desk, but it works. It supports everything and it hasn't fallen. I guess I'll just go through all like the tech stuff before I go through the like musical related stuff. This keyboard right here, another interesting use of money that I've spent a little bit too much on. It's a custom built keyboard. I think it cost around $600, and I don't know why I spent that much, but it's fun to type on. Right here, this mouse is called the Pulse Fire Ace from HyperX. These 3 monitors, I'm pretty sure they're just some HP monitors that you could find on Amazon. So moving on to my gear and everything, as you can see on my main monitors, I always have FL Studio open. That's my main DAW or digital audio workstation, which is the software I use. That's what I just learned in the beginning, and that's what I've always liked to use. I use other stuff too when I'm working with people, like Pro Tools sometimes. Logic is another big one, but I'm always just the most comfortable in FL. Moving right below, we have the, what is this called? The Keylab 49 Essential by Arturio. It's just a nice keyboard, so I can just play something. And it also is white and it looks nice. It fits in with everything else. That's the main reason I bought it. To the right of it, I have the Audient ID14 audio interface. So this is pretty much, other than my PC, like the heart of my entire studio. Everything plugs into this. This interface, I got recommended it by a lot of my friends. So I was like, I like how it looks. I care way too much about looks, but yeah, it had all the features I needed, and yeah, awesome interface. I definitely recommend it. These right here are Atom Audio T8Vs. The monitors on top are actually the PreSonus Aris E4s, I think they're called. And these are my first monitors I had. I upgraded to these. I just have them kind of on top to look cool now. They don't really do much. These are awesome monitors. They're really good for the type of music I make. They're really good for the large woofers, for all the bass and EDM, so yeah. And there's 2 of them on each side, obviously. Moving on to the mic over here, I guess. This is a Rode Pod mic. It's nothing fancy, it's just a standard dynamic mic. I like having it at the desk because with any other mic at my desk, you could probably hear my mouse clicking, you could probably hear my keyboard and everything like that. So I just like to have a simple dynamic mic to get rid of most that noise in recording and make the post-processing of a lot of stuff that I'm doing at my desk a lot easier. I also have a Stream Deck over here, an Elgato Stream Deck. Even though I do not stream, I have it there primarily just for a Spotify play and pause. Will it work right now? Sometimes I have to like play it first, but like if I press this button, Spotify, I can like change the volume of it. So sometimes when I'm too lazy to just move my mouse up, I have that. So originally this space, I started like doing all this last year around this time, but it stayed pretty much like the exact same for a little bit. Earlier this year, I just took a bunch of money that I already made off music, and I was like, yeah, I should just invest a bunch in to make an environment that I really like working in. Has all the gear I need and everything like that. I'd say it's been around a year since this has started. I guess we could talk about the room. This entire room is treated with, as you can see, these pieces of acoustic foam. Honestly, I don't know what they're called. They're just some generic, like, I think they're called mushroom acoustic panels on Amazon. I got my entire room pretty much treated for maybe like around $300-400, so it's pretty cheap for like such a big area. Over here, directly to my back, also recommended these by a friend. They're these like 3D art panels, and I think they look sick, especially right behind my lights on the bottom. You can see the 3D shapes like refracting all over the lights all over the place. And then finally, I guess we have this tapestry. It was just, this wall looked really blank, and I was like, okay, what's the easiest way to fill up space? I just ordered a tapestry off Amazon, and it kind of fits with the like teal pinkish theme with the rest of the room. That's everything in this room. Okay, so you definitely need an audio interface. There's a lot of good options out there, but I think personally, I recommend either the Scarlett Solo, I think the Audient Evo 4, or the Arturia Mini Fuse. Even though they're all like $100 like flat-ish, they're really cheap. They have solid features, and there's pretty much the best audio quality out of anything you can get. Obviously, if you pay, I don't know, $3,000, you'll get slightly better quality. Many really big records have been made on those. Second, I would say if you're a singer, I would definitely invest in a mic. AT2020 is like a staple. Everyone's heard of it. Everyone uses it for everything, not even just like vocals. If you don't sing, I would recommend getting a decent pair of studio monitors. The ones I have here, these are the Iris E4s, I think they're called. They're really cheap, like $200, and they're amazing. I made, like my earlier songs I made all completely on those. So for $200, you can't get much more than that. Finally, the last thing is technically not gear, but you have to treat your space. It matters so much. Either get like a vocal isolation booth, or just get a bunch of foam or just stuff to fill up your room to get rid of a lot of the reverb that's just bouncing all over the place. Alright, so this has been fun. Thank you, Max, for having me talk about my studio. My new song, On and Off, is out now, so go stream that. And yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Thank you, Max. And yeah, see you guys.
I'm down at this waste time, right below your waistline. Want you by my head. I'm down.